Hey guys, this is an updated skier task guide for House Arrest Part 2. For this task, we do have to locate the improvised jail warden's apartment and find out what happened to the warden on Streets of Tarkov and then survive an extract from the location. So for this task, you will unfortunately require the Chek 15 key, which is one of, if not the most expensive mechanical keys in the game, and it does come with a maximum of 20 uses at the time that I am making this video. And now you can find this key in the pockets and bags of scavs, as well as in jackets or in drawers, or as mentioned, you can also buy it from the flea market for the very high price point. Now, if you don't want to shell out that amount of Roubles for a key, then you can always try to wait to see if somebody else does open up this room throughout a raid, but this can obviously have varying levels of success since it is never guaranteed that somebody will actually open up the door during one of your raids, but I did just want to mention it as an option. And I also want to mention a pro tip that anytime I do plan to go to the Chek 15 apartment room, then I will bring in another much less expensive key, being the Stair landing key, because I figure if you end up spending a couple million for the Chek 15 key, then what's another 60,000? Now this Stair landing key, you can also get it from the pockets and bags of scavs, as well as in jackets or in drawers, or obviously the flea market. But this key will allow you to open up a second exit route from the Chek 15 apartment room area. And for this task in particular, if you do choose to locate the jail warden's apartment first, then you can use this door to drop right down onto the warden's body afterwards. But just know that this key is completely optional and you do not require for the quest. I just like the versatility that it does provide for this quest. So here's a map of streets in the area where we do have to go for this quest is into the second floor of the Chek 15 building, and now I will show you guys this in a raid. So my PMCs here on streets and the Lexus car dealerships can be right here. Now to my right is where the big Sparger grocery store and then the collapsed crane PMC extract and the construction area is going to be right here. Now right next to me is the Chek 15 building where we do have to go for this quest. So running towards this minibus, you do want to go up the wood pallet just before it and then go through this door and then take a left. Now you can actually locate what happened to the warden first by going through this first open door on your right, and in this rubble just to the right of the staircase you will see a dead scav, and this is the warden's body. So as you do approach it, then you will get a subtask complete. And usually I personally do this first just to give myself a little bit of versatility after I locate the apartment, but just know that you can do this either before or after you locate the apartment in your own raid. So now to find the apartment, you do want to go back to the hallway and then continue down until you do come to a staircase, which will be on your left. Once you go down this staircase, then you do want to take an immediate right and then jump through this hole in the wall, and then you want to continue through 3 more doors or holes in the wall until you do get to a kitchen area where you will take a right and then go through this door in the room. Once out of the kitchen, then you want to go immediately to the right and then open up the set of double doors on your left. And then you want to go all the way up the stairs until you are at the 3rd floor, because the 2nd floor doors are going to be locked on you from this stairwell. So opening up the double doors on the 3rd floor, you will be met by the iron gate doors that you saw during the House Arrest Part 1 quest. So you will be going to the very last iron door on your left, which is door number 5. And these doors do spawn shut. So if it is open, somebody else has already been here. But it is always going to be unlocked. So you can just open it and then go inside and then drop down through the hole in the floor to the 2nd level. Now after you leave this drop down room, you want to go out the door and to the left and then sprint and go prone underneath the debris that is blocking the hallway. And then when you get to the end of this hallway, then you will have a locked door on your left and also one on your right. Now the door on your left can be unlocked by using the stair landing key that I did mention earlier, but again, this will be completely optional. But I did want to mention it because I personally always unlock but don't necessarily open up the stair landing key door first before unlocking the Chek 15 key, just to provide myself with another option for an exit that is ready when I am done looting the Chek 15 room or getting this task done. And that way I'm not going to be stuck in an unlock animation while getting pushed or naded by other players from down the hallway waiting for me to leave here. And then on your right hand side or across from the stair landing door is where you do have to go for this task and where you can use the Chek 15 apartment key. So once you do go into the Chek 15 apartment, then you will see a bed, and if you do go past this bed and into the room through the hole in the wall on your right hand side, then you will get a subtask complete for finding the jail warden's apartment. And if you have already located the warden's body earlier, then you can go ahead and survive an extract from the raid. Now, if you did not locate the warden, but you brought in the stair landing key, then this is where you can go across the hallway, open up the door, and then you will be at the ledge, and then beneath you, you will see a warden's body in the pile of rubble. So if you are wearing a backpack, you want to drop it down so that you won't take fall damage, and then when you drop down yourself, then walk up to his body, and then you will get your other subtask complete. Now, if you didn't bring the stair landing key, then to exit the building, you will have to sprint and go prone again underneath the rubble so that you can get to the opposite side of the hallway. And then you want to continue down the hallway until you do get to the double doors on your right, and then you can breach through these, which will lead you back to the staircase that you originally went up to the 3rd floor. After this, then you can retrace your steps all the way back to the entry point of this building. And on your way out, then you can hit the warden's body just to get your subtask complete before exiting the building. Or another option, if you did already hit the warden's body on your way in, is that you can jump out the window here and then just drop down. Now, after getting the 2nd subtask complete, then you can just go and survive an extract from the raid in order to fully complete the task. But if you do happen to die in between completing the 2 subtasks and extracting, then you will have to come back to streets to just survive an extract from any raid again. However, your progress for finding the warden and his apartment should save for you. So hopefully you guys found this guide useful and it does help you to complete this task. Thank you guys for choosing to watch my guide on this, and hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.